Okay, start please.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম সবাইকে ডক্টরস কনসালটেন্সির পক্ষ থেকে অনেক অনেক শুভেচ্ছা। আমরা আজকে একটি লাইভ প্রোগ্রাম করছি আমাদের একটি প্রোগ্রাম নিয়ে, যে প্রোগ্রামটা আমরা খুব দ্রুত শুরু করতে যাচ্ছি এবং সেখানে এই প্রোগ্রামটা একটি ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ শেখার উপর প্রোগ্রাম। বা বিফোর দ্যাট আমি আপনাদেরকে একটু আমাদের যেই অর্গানাইজেশন সেটা সম্পর্কে একটু ধারণা দিতে চাই। আপনারা অলরেডি জানেন ডক্টরস কনসালটেন্সি গত বছরের 2020 সালের ডিসেম্বর মাস থেকে কাজ শুরু করেছে। এখানে যেই সুবিধাগুলো, যেই সার্ভিসগুলো আপনারা পাবেন সেটা হচ্ছে ওইটি ট্রেনিং টু ডক্টরস অ্যান্ড নার্সেস, প্রোমেট্রিক এক্সাম প্রিপারেশন অ্যান্ড জব কনফার্মেশন, and also আমরা এমআরসিপি, এমআরসিএস, এমআরসিওজি, প্ল্যাব এক্সাম প্রিপারেশন নিয়ে কাজ করে থাকি। সো যদি আমরা সংক্ষেপে বলি, এটা আসলে একটা কমপ্লিট প্ল্যাটফর্ম যেখানে শুধুমাত্র মেডিকেল যারা স্টাফ, দ্যাট মিনস ডক্টরস অ্যান্ড নার্সেস, ফিজিওথেরাপিস্ট, মেডিকেল ল্যাবরেটরি টেকনিশিয়ান, ফার্মাসিস্ট এটসেট্রা, তারা যাতে দেশের বাইরে যে, বাংলাদেশের বাইরে যে প্র্যাকটিস করতে পারে, তাদের জবটাকে প্র্যাকটিস করতে পারে, প্রফেশনটাকে প্র্যাকটিস করতে পারে, সেইটার ব্যাপারে যাবতীয় সাহায্য করা হয় বিভিন্ন রকমের সার্ভিসের মাধ্যমে। তো এখানে সার্ভিসগুলো বেসিক্যালি মিডল ইস্ট, ইউরোপ এবং ইউকে, এই তিনটা ডেস্টিনেশনকে এইম করেই করানো হচ্ছে, দেওয়া হয়। এবং আমরা আমাদের অফিস হচ্ছে মিরপুর 2 নম্বর সেকশনের 10 নম্বর হাউস, ব্লক জি। পুরো ঠিকানাটা আমাদের ফেসবুক পেজে পাবেন এবং আমাদের ফোন নাম্বারও দেওয়া আছে ফেসবুক পেজে। সেখানে আপনারা ফোন করে, সেখানে টাইমিং দেওয়া আছে, সেখানে আপনারা ফোন করে জানতে পারেন আমরা কিভাবে আপনাদেরকে সেবা দিতে পারি আমাদের প্রতিষ্ঠান থেকে। আমরা এখানে একটু বলে রাখতে চাই যে আমরা অলরেডি আমাদের এখান থেকে কিছু ডক্টরস যারা অলরেডি আমাদের সার্ভিসটা নিয়েছেন, তারা এখন মিডল ইস্ট কান্ট্রিজ, যেমন মিডল ইস্ট বলতে আমি ইউএইর কথা বলতে যাচ্ছি, ইউএই, সেখানকার 2টা ডেস্টিনেশন দুবাই এবং সাজ্জাতে অলরেডি কিছু ডক্টরস কর্মরত আছেন এবং ওমানেও কর্মরত আছেন। কিছু অ্যাপ্লিকেশনস আমরা যদি ইউরোপের কথা বলি, ইউরোপের বলতে আমরা এই মুহূর্তে সুইডেন এবং ডেনমার্ক নিয়ে কাজ করছি। সো ডেনমার্কের কিছু অ্যাপ্লিকেশনস অলরেডি ইন প্রসেস। আমরা ইউকে নিয়েও কাজ করছি। সো আপনাদের যদি এই দেশগুলোর যে কোনো একটা জায়গায় যদি আপনারা যেতে চান, ডেস্টিনেশন যদি ফিক্স করেন দ্যাট ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু মুভ দেয়ার অ্যান্ড ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু প্র্যাকটিস দেয়ার, অবশ্যই আপনারা আমাদের সাথে যোগাযোগ করতে পারেন। আজকে আমরা যে জিনিসটা নিয়ে কথা বলবো সেটা হচ্ছে, আমরা সুইডেনে যখন আসতে চাই, যদি আমরা সুইডেনে প্র্যাকটিস করতে চাই, ডক্টর যারা আছেন বা মেডিকেল স্টাফ তারা যদি সুইডেনে আসতে চান এবং সুইডেনে আস্তে আস্তে সেটেল হতে চান, তাহলে আপনাদেরকে অবশ্যই সুইডিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটা জানতে হবে। সো আমাদের আজকের এই লাইভের প্রোগ্রামের একটা উদ্দেশ্য হচ্ছে কিভাবে আমরা এই সুইডিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ লার্নিং এর ব্যাপারে আপনাদেরকে হেল্প করে থাকি, উইচ ইজ একটা সার্ভিস আমাদের, উইচ ইজ উই কল বেসিক সুইডিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ লার্নিং, BSL। এটার মাধ্যমে আমরা আপনাদেরকে কিছুটা সুইডিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ শেখানোর ব্যাপারে চেষ্টা করে থাকবো। যদিও ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ একটা 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 বিশাল একটা ব্যাপার টু লার্ন, এখানে অনেক কিছুই জানার থাকে, কিন্তু আমরা চেষ্টা করব স্বল্প সময়ের মধ্যে যতটুকু আপনাদেরকে সাহায্য করে আপনাদেরকে একটা বেসিক জায়গায় নিয়ে যেতে, যেখান থেকে আপনারা সুইডেনে যখন আসবেন তখন যেন আপনারা কিছুটা কথা বলতে পারেন, কিছুটা কমিউনিকেট করতে পারেন, কিছুটা লিখতে পারবেন, পড়তে পারবেন, সব রকমেরই কোনো না কোনো ভাবে আপনারা একটু বেসিক একটা ধারণা থাকবে। তো আজকে আমাদের সাথে অনলাইনে আছে এই মুহূর্তে আমাদের যেই সুইডিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ যিনি আপনাদেরকে শেখাবেন, সুইডিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ইনস্ট্রাক্টর, মিস্টার সেবাস্টিয়ান। I would like to say hello to Mr. Sebastian.
Hello, Nobi.
Hi. Sebastian is our instructor now. He will be teaching us about the basic Swedish language. We'll be asking some question to Sebastian before we get to know how he's going to conducting this course. So, Sebastian, can you just introduce yourself a little bit within 2-3 lines?
Yes, my name is Sebastian Mantel. I'm born and raised in Stockholm, actually, in Sweden. The capital of Sweden is Stockholm. I'm 49 years old, and for the moment, I'm a teacher for kids, for 7-year-old kids up to 15-year-old. So I'm teaching kids in Swedish, in English, and in society academics, you can say. Yeah. And also music. I'm also a musician.
Oh, that's really great.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
ওকে যারা আমাদেরকে দেখছেন লাইভে বা যারা এই ভিডিওটা দেখবেন তাদেরকে বলে রাখছি, আমি সেবাস্টিয়ানের সাথে আমার সম্পর্কে একটু আপনাদেরকে ধারণা দেওয়া উচিত। আসলে আমি কিভাবে সেবাস্টিয়ানকে চিনি, বিকজ আমি অলরেডি সুইডেনে আছি, স্টকহোমে থাকি। সেবাস্টিয়ান এবং আমরা দুজনেই কলিগ ছিলাম একটা কাজের সূত্র ধরে, সেখান থেকে সেবাস্টিয়ানের সাথে আমার পরিচয়। আমি সুইডেনে আছি 2019 সালের সেপ্টেম্বর থেকে, এবং আমি এই মুহূর্তে একটা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল অর্গানাইজেশনে জব করছি। এবং আমি আপনাদের এই কোর্সের এই ক্লাসগুলোতে আমি একজন অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট হিসেবে কাজ করব। If you have any kind of problem, like you cannot express it to Sebastian, then you can always talk to me and I can explain that to Sebastian so that it will be easier for you to learn the language. So this is why I'll be a kind of communicator for you. And we have to communicate with Sebastian in English because he doesn't know Bangla. So definitely we'll be communicating with Sebastian in English. So now, Sebastian, can I ask you something about the Stockholm that you know very, very well, because you were born in this city, you raised in this city. So can you tell us something about Stockholm city that we usually don't know from, I must say, like from internet or from YouTube?
Okay.
Like, can you give me some practical thing?
Stockholm, as I said before, is the capital of Sweden, and in Stockholm we live. It's about 2 million people living in Stockholm.
All right. Mm-hmm.
And then we talk about the suburbs too, of course.
Of course.
We have lots of water in Stockholm. You can say Stockholm is surrounded by water.
Okay. All right.
So it's different islands. Stockholm is a city of different islands.
Okay.
And we also have a big archipelago with lots of
Okay.
small islands that are very popular for tourists. And also people living in these small islands, actually. So we have lots of boat traffic.
Okay.
Actually. But we will have also, subway and buses and stuff like that, of course.
So I mean, there are some tourist attractions, as you say, like there are some archipelago, and
Yes.
the lakes and all that kind of like islands, little islands.
Yes,
So
of course.
Stockholm is very big in terms of the size. Like you can say Stockholm land.
Stockholm's land, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very popular for tourists. Actually,
right.
it's one of the most popular, I think, in the north of Europe. But also, if you compare to rest of Europe, it's very popular because it's so close to the islands, and it's the inner city. It's not that big. You can walk from the, when you talk about the inner city, you can walk from the south part to the north part of the inner city in just 2 hours or something. So
Okay.
it's not so it's very easy to just walking around and going around, and we have it's very good for touristing. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And people speaks really good English in whole Sweden actually. So it's very easy to going around by the language too. Actually,
Yeah, that's why I'm surviving, because I don't know Swedish language. So I can just only speak uh, English and very, very, very little Swedish.
okay,
So yes, so people they can speak in English. So that's not a problem. That's not a big deal if you don't know that well in Swedish. If you are not well in Swedish, but if you know a little bit, that will definitely give you some extra benefit.
of course. And if you talk about work and stuff like that, you need Swedish.
You need
Yes,
Swedish.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you
So,
if you will work as a doctor or something, you need Swedish, of course.
of course,
Yes.
I would always love to ask you one question, which is, do you have any kind of experience about the immigrant or the people who have migrated
Mm.
recently, or you came to know? Do you have any kind of experience about, because you meet a lot of people every day,
Yes.
so so you hear different kind of accents in terms
Yeah.
of Swedish language.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
how does it work? Like, how does it work for different places, or how it sounds for you?
Yeah. 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 You mean different parts of Sweden, right?
Yeah, in different parts of Sweden, and also there are some people who are
Ah.
migrated from other country
Yes. 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 Yes.
from other country to here. So that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, I have friends from France. I have friends from
Okay.
Italy. I have friends
All right.
from US, and
Okay,
also
that's really
have
great.
friends from India actually.
All right. All right.
And now I get you as a friend from
Yeah.
Bangladesh too.
Yeah.
So I have friends coming everywhere, and
Mhm.
in Sweden we have lots of culture actually. If you're talking about the restaurants and stuff like that, you can find Indian food, you can find Chinese food, you can find Thailand food,
Yeah.
and you can find Italian food, of course. So we have lots of different cultures integrated in Sweden, actually.
But how is
So,
their accent? I mean, how is their Swedish accent like? Because they have
ah,
already learned the language,
yeah,
so and they communicate with Swedish people. So
yes,
how
yes,
do
yes.
they communicate, and what are the problems they might face? When they
Mm,
communicate.
yes,
What do
yes.
you think?
Um, uh, I think the hardest we have different dialects in Sweden. So
Okay.
if you come to Stockholm, it's
Mhm.
it's the it's the you can say the most we call it rikssvenska.
It's a
The di-
very practical,
yeah, the
or
dialect.
very
uh,
common
the
common
yeah
common
the
dialect.
dialect they use in the TV,
Okay.
often in the TV,
Okay. It's a very
in the
formal one.
news. Yeah, the formal one. It's on the news and
Okay.
stuff like that. That's
Okay.
the dialect we use in Stockholm, where
Mhm.
we come from Stockholm because of we are the capital. Then we
Okay.
have the south part. It sounds different, and the north part is also very different.
Okay.
So, but we have, of course, we have the same words. It's only the rhythm and the melody
Hmm. Yeah.
that make
Okay.
the difference. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Um,
So
and
there is a different rhythm and melody between, if we talk about like Swedish people, they have a
mm,
different kind of rhythm and melody when they speak Swedish.
yes, exactly. If
Yeah.
it
Then the
depends.
immigrant, like, for example, if I
Mm,
learn everything, like from you, I learn everything. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
And I can speak Swedish very good. Okay.
Mm,
But I might sound a little bit different from you because
yeah.
of the rhythm, as you
Yes,
said.
of course, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very it's I think it will take 20 years or something if you will have
Okay.
the exactly the same rhythm and the same melody as
Aha.
as the
Okay.
Swedish citizens. So to, to,
It
but
takes
I
time.
think I think it's the same for me. If I will go, if I will talk Bangladesh language,
Yeah.
you will
Yeah. Yeah.
hear
Of course.
you will hear that I'm not from there. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
It's-
yeah. You can
of
easily
course.
understand.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So,
So,
but if you
how
speak,
difficult it is? How difficult it is to learn the language?
yeah, I can say like this: if you know English, you have done the half of the work, half of the work, because
Yeah.
English is the same language
Okay.
family
Okay.
as Swedish. So if you know
Mhm.
English, you have done half of the work,
All
because
right.
lots of the
Okay.
grammar is the same actually, and
Okay.
lots of yeah, the same. It's the
And
same
there are some
language.
similarities in the
Lots of
words,
similarities, yes,
and
to
also in the
English.
grammar sense. Like there are some similarities.
Exactly, exactly. And
So in
also,
that
if
sense, like it's not that much difficult to learn that language.
no, if you know English, you have done half of the work already. You can say
Okay. All
yes.
right. That's giving us very high confidence, because for any language in the world, like they might have some different kind of setup. So
Mm.
if we know English, as you said, like if we know English, it will be like 50% done. That gives us really a good confidence to learn this language, and also a great motivation for us.
Yes, yes.
Now I would like to talk about. Uh, can you just tell us about some benefits of learning this language, like how it will be benefited for the doctors, or for our target audience? Like they are doctors, they are medical staff, I must say. So they
Mhm,
can be nurse, or they can be physiotherapy, something like that.
mhm.
So how it how I mean, this course will help them to the course we are aiming now. How this course will help them for the initial stage.
Mm. Yes, as I told you before, if you will work with people in
Mhm.
Sweden, you need
Mhm.
Swedish, because
Yeah.
lots of all the old people in Sweden don't
Mhm.
speak that good English as we younger people does. So and the old people often need the doctors,
Yeah. Yeah. Of
because of
course.
they are old. It's logic. So and the old people not everyone speak English.
Yeah,
So
I can understand, but what I'm trying
that's a big
to
that's a big reason to you need Swedish to get this to be a doctor in Sweden. I say
yeah, but the
yes.
initial stage, because they will be going to groceries, they will be going to
Yeah, yeah, of course.
uh,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
different
yeah,
places. Like they
yeah.
will be, commuting. They
Mm,
will be in touch of different kind of places.
mm,
So how, I mean, their daily life, how
mm.
this course will affect them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yes, yes, yes. In okay, now I understand your question. Yeah, yeah. In this course, my goal is that you can just have the daily, go and shopping, go and maybe you can have a cup of coffee with a new Swedish friend, and you can talk
Okay.
about like weather and
Okay.
how are you today, and
Yeah.
today I will buy new clothes and stuff like that, and you
Okay.
can talk about what you eaten and stuff like
Okay.
that.
Hmm.
So my goal is that you can have a small conversation with Swedish persons.
Okay.
Yeah, and this common conversation about the weather, about what you have
Hmm.
shopping, and if
Okay.
you want to know the way to your the best way to your work,
Hmm.
and how you're feeling, if you're feeling good or feeling bad or feeling tired or feeling happy or sad,
Okay.
these kind of conversations. Yes, yes.
Okay. So the audience, I would like to talk about our course,
Mhm.
how we are planning actually, Sebastian. I would like to let our audience know about it. So
Yeah.
basically, our we have a plan to go for orientation class, which is gonna be held on 24th of this month, 24th of April.
Yeah.
It will be held at 9 p.m. Bangladesh time and 5 p.m. Swedish time.
Hmm.
This session will run for 40 minutes, I must say, like 30 to 40 minutes or something like that.
Hmm.
And then our first class will start from the 1st of May, which is Saturday. Basically, we
Yeah.
have chosen Saturday as our, the class day. So on Saturday, Bangladesh time, 9 p.m., the class will start every Saturday. The class will last for 1 hour. It will be 1 hour class.
Hmm.
And every classes, there will be some lessons. We're gonna share some lessons with the students. We'll also give them some assignments to complete, and those assignments will help them to speak, read, write, and also how to communicate if they come to talk, if they talk to any Swedish people, so like listening thing. So that will improve their listening skill, also some also like the reading and writing, and also the speaking part. So all those four things will be uh, done by these assignments if they can complete those assignments. So every week there will be some assignment session. So after 5 class or the 6 class, after the 6 class, the 7th class will be a feedback session for half an hour. So on this 7th class, we're gonna let them know like how the assignments were marked, and how are they improving, like uh, personal feedback, like where they should pay focus on for the next classes.
Yes.
We'll be also sharing them with different type of topics, as you said, like if they want to do some regular shopping or the groceries, or they want to go from one place to another, or like this everyday life, how
Mm.
they can communicate in Swedish.
Yeah,
That will
exactly.
help them. And so that covers basically when they come to Sweden as immigrant, anyone. For me, like when I came to Sweden, I have to go to an institution which is called SFE. So SFE is like SFI, but in Swedish it's called SFE, Swedish for immigrant.
Hmm.
So where people can learn the language as free of cost. It is totally government funded, so people can learn the language. But when a person like me, when I have to register myself first. So when I go there, they ask me a few questions. If I really can read and write, and can understand, and also can speak something, then they will set you a different level. So there are some
Yeah.
levels, and which starts from B, C, D, Grun, SAS, this kind of level. So when they can able to speak a little bit, like the basic thing, probably they will pass one level, so that they can start from the level C, I must say. So if they can start from level C, they can save some time. You know,
Mm. Exactly.
so they are basically with you, Sebastian. The students, they will be utilizing their time before they come to Sweden. Yeah,
Yes,
because some
exactly.
some students, they might come after 4 months or 5 months time. So within
Mm.
this 4 or 5 months time, they are trying to utilize their time. They're saving some time. by learning some Swedish. So when they come to Sweden, they will definitely get the benefit of learning this basic language,
Exactly.
basic level, which will help them for integrate with the society or with the country a little bit easier for them.
Exactly.
So that's the whole purpose. And also, I must say, like, this course is after 12th class. Like, there will be another 12th class, another, like, the last class will be another final feedback session. So there will be some final feedback on the learning, and so that we can tell them, like, how to move on from that point also. Like, what should they do? Because now within this 12 class, we'll try to make them understand about the language, and try to help them to get the skill. But since it's a language, it depends on individual as well. Like, you can always teach, but it depends on the individual how fast they can, receive, or
Yes, of
how
course.
good they are to receive those lessons, and also to practice those lessons. So they need to practice those lessons as well.
Yes,
So their interest should be very high to learn the language, and that
exactly.
will help. So the interest has to be in place from both ends. So that's how we can work, and that's how we can definitely move on. So what do you think, Sebastian?
Sounds good. Yes, they will have a really good start to learn Swedish with me. If they're
Okay.
interested to come to Sweden, this will be a really, really good start.
Okay.
I recommend it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just about to finish our uh, uh, this almost we are about to finish our conversation here, but I would like to mm, tell you something that we always want to hear from you, Sebastian. So if you can tell anything,
Yes.
if you want to say something
Mm.
about the language or the city itself,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
anything
Yeah, I can say, um,
for the
uh,
audience.
yeah, of course, of course. Um, I don't know if you know before, but Stockholm, lots of people say that Stockholm is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, actually. So it's very, if you, people talking about it's the Nordic Venice. So with lots of lakes and stuff like that we have, and the Swedish people are also known for being very welcoming with foreigners. It's good to know. Often very curious about foreigners, and now it's springtime in Sweden, and this is the Swedish springtime, and the summer is we have Nordic light. We are very famous for the Nordic light. It's in the summer times. It's we have light almost all the day, actually, until the night. 24 hours. It's not exactly 24 hours, but the light is very long. The evenings are very long in the summertime. But in the wintertime, it's the opposite. So I'm just can say welcome to get involved in the Swedish culture and the Swedish language. It's very interesting, and I will see it as a good, interesting challenge to learn Swedish, or to practice Swedish with you, to learn you some Swedish. So feel welcome, and no questions is it's bad questions. I'm open for every questions. Yes.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Sebastian. Like
Yes,
as you
yes.
said, like no question is a stupid one.
No,
What I say. So you
exactly.
must always ask question.
Of course.
Okay. So
Yes.
yes, we're gonna close this conversation, Sebastian. I'm just going to say something to them in Bangla so that they can be uh, in touch with us.
Yeah.
So it is very nice session with you today.
Yeah.
Uh, Hopefully, we'll meet you in next Saturday. Okay,
Yeah.
with
Perfect.
the orientation class, and we'll try our best to let them learn the language at a
Mhm.
basic level. Uh,
Yes.
so thank you very much, Sebastian.
Thank you. Thank you. And I feel yeah, really hopeful to see you soon. It
Yeah.
will be really great to learn about the Swedish culture and the Swedish language. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. সো দর্শক আমরা বা অডিয়েন্স যারা আছেন আমরা তাদেরকে বলতে চাচ্ছি যে আসলে এই ছিল আমাদের আজকের প্রোগ্রাম। মোটামুটি আমরা শেষের দিকে চলে আসছি। সেবাস্টিয়ান অ্যাজ এন ইনস্ট্রাক্টর সে আপনাদেরকে ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ শেখাবে, আমি সাথে থাকবো আপনাদের। এছাড়া আমি যেটা বলতে চাচ্ছি যে আমরা যেহেতু আমরা ওরিয়েন্টেশন শুরু করতে চাচ্ছি আগামী সপ্তাহ থেকে, উইচ ইজ 24শে এপ্রিল শনিবার। তো তার আগে আমি আপনাদেরকে বলবো যে আপনারা যদি আমাদের এই প্রোগ্রামে পার্টিসিপেট করতে চান, আসতে চান, তাহলে অবশ্যই আমাদের এজেন্সির সাথে যোগাযোগ করুন, ডক্টরস কনসালটেন্সির সাথে যোগাযোগ করুন। সেখানে কন্ট্যাক্ট নাম্বার দেওয়া আছে। এবং আমি বলবো যে আপনারা দ্রুত যোগাযোগ করুন, আর আপনারা রেজিস্ট্রেশন করুন, যোগাযোগ করে রেজিস্ট্রেশন করুন। তাহলে আপনারা এই ক্লাসগুলোতে পার্টিসিপেট করতে পারবেন। আপনাদেরকে আমরা চেষ্টা করব যতটুকু সম্ভব বেসিক সুইডিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ লার্নিং এই কোর্সের মাধ্যমে আপনাদেরকে সুইডিশ ভাষা এবং সুইডিশ কালচারের সাথে পরিচয় করাতে। সো আজকে এই পর্যন্তই থাকলো। সেবাস্টিনের পক্ষ থেকেও আপনাদেরকে সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ এবং থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ ফর বিং উইথ আস। আমরা আজকের প্রোগ্রামটা এখানেই শেষ করতে যাচ্ছি। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।